is Teresa Mulik and we're going to talk about debt. So according to Merriam-Webster, debt is something that is owed. So when we relate it to business, it is an amount of money that you owe to a person, bank, company, or any other financial entity. There are different kinds of debt, but the most common one is loans or bonds. It is money that is borrowed at a period of time and at an interest. There are two parties in this transaction. First is the debtor and the creditor. So, the debtor or the borrower is the one who owes the money, while the creditor or the lender is the one who lends the money. So, for example, in a situation where you're going to apply for a car loan to a bank, so you are the debtor while the bank is the creditor. So there are different kinds of debtors too. First is the individual. Like in my first example, you a person applying for a car loan. Next is a company. So in this one, for example, your company is going to loan money from a different company to fund your projects or whatsoever. Then your company is the debtor. The last one is a government. This one is country-to-country transaction. For example, the government of Philippines is going to loan money from the government of Japan. So the government of the Philippines is the debtor, while the government of the Japan is the creditor. There are also kinds of creditors. First is informal. So when we say informal, this is like the simple loans. For example, you're going to borrow money from your neighbor or your friend or from 5-6. That's informal creditors. Next is cooperatives. So these are establishments, financial establishments that provide loans to common people and with easier processes, unlike in the banks. Then next is the banks. So this one is for like it's like the formal version of cooperatives, and sometimes banks give higher interest rates than usual cooperatives. But cooperatives and banks give the same services at some points. And the last one is also government. So like in my previous example, the government of the Philippines is going to loan money from the government of Japan. So the government of Japan is a government creditor. The government is going to loan money to the government of another country. So it's like that. That's all we're going to talk about today. And overall, again, debt is an amount of money that you borrow to a person or a financial entity, and there are two parties, the creditor and the debtor. And there are different kinds of debtors: individuals, company, and governments, while for the creditors, it's informal, cooperatives, banks, and government. And that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye!
There you are with your light brown hair,